All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This is Brother Azariah from WFI, Jersey, Philly, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, Shalom. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, you waxing mightier and mightier in your faith. All right, Lord willing, you also increasing in your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to open up with the book of 1 Peter 1 and verse 23. All right, this is the book. It's the book of 1 Peter 1 and 23. It says, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of God, which liveth and abideth forever. So the Lord says you have to be born again. So really what I want to touch on is that you got to forget your old ways, man. All right, and your old friends. You can't be getting down with your friends of the world. All right, y'all linking up and y'all watching movies together. All right, because when you around these people, all right, your past is being is gonna flash before you every time you're with them. So how can you be born again if you're still reminiscing on the past? That doesn't make sense. When you're a newborn, that means you forget everything else. You have became something new and you don't know anything else. Once you came in this truth, you were born in this truth. Everything else became foreign. All right, smoking weed. All right, hanging out late nights. All right, Netflix and chilling. All right, looking for the hoes. All right, looking for the licks. All right, if you were Eve, you used to dress like a city girl. All right, you wanted to know where the niggas was at. All right, you had 20 niggas texting you, all right, at one time, and you really wasn't trying to date any of them, just sleeping around with them, all right? That was the old you. All those things became foreign now that you are born again. So it doesn't make any sense that you go back and hang out with your old friends. Because now, as I said, your old friends reflect on who you used to be. For example, when I see Jake at the corner store, I see Jake here or there, depending on who the Jake is, a flashback, an old memory comes back in my head. So how much more if you're always hanging around them? Are you still texting them like your best friend still? All right? The past is still going to be lingering around, man. The Lord said in Sirach, let me grab this. This is the book of Sirach, all right, 37 and verse 12. This is Sirach 37 and 12, and it reads, it says, but be continually with a godly man. So you always should be with a godly man or a godly woman, all right? Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. And Jake, their mind, they don't have the same mind as you. All right, sometimes you'll see Jake and they'll say, I can speak on my behalf. I've seen a couple of Jakes this summer. Jake is outside in the summertime. All right, they making sure they come up and see me shaking my hand. What's good, bro? I see what you doing, man. That's real positive. All right, keep doing what you doing, bro. All right? You see that? They say keep doing what you're doing. They're separating you from them. You don't have the same mind. You're not the same. Although they may shake your hand and what's up, how you doing, my boy, they still understand deep down inside you and them are not the same anymore. But the Lord said you shouldn't be around somebody that doesn't have the same mind as you. All right? Jake is worrying about doing the things of the world. Jake is worrying about enjoying life. You, being in this truth, you're worrying about making it to the kingdom. You have two different goals. One goal is carnal and one goal is spiritual. All right? Which one you want to be on? The carnal level or you want to be on the spiritual level? So you don't hang around these Jakes, man. As the Lord just said, he says, but be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord. Because when you hanging around brothers and sisters that's in the truth, you can, and you've proved them, they're not going to try to sleep with your wife. All right, if you're a brother, your brother not going to try to sleep with your wife. All right, he's not going to steal from you. You can kind of leave your car keys around him. Or you can kind of leave $100 bill around him. And if you do, if you do forget that $100 bill, he gonna leave it there and he gonna call you and say, brother, you left your money, you gotta come get this, A, B, and C. You think Jake in the world is doing that? Your old friends that you once used to know, let you leave $100. Leave $100 around them if you want to. All right, they gonna take that. They smoking weed. They gonna smoke it out. All right, they gonna hit up. They gonna try to go to the mall with that little bit of $100. All right, they gonna spend it on gas to get to the mall. All right, they gonna buy a bacon, egg, and cheese with it. All right, but yeah, you could have used that for something else, but now they've taken it and used it for wickedness. Why? Because their mind is not the same. They're not thinking like you. They're not thinking about thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet. All right, thou shalt not commit murder. Jake is not worrying about that, man. All right? So I'm going to read this one more time. It says, but be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. So also when you're in this truth, we go through different infirmities. We fall short. Or like Paul said, we all fall short of the glory. You may fall short in righteousness. And then if you go to Jake for counsel, they're going to kind of go on their phone and they talking to their other friend. This nigga keep talking about the Bible and how he did this sin and that sin. Hey, I've been doing them sins all day, man. All right, ain't nothing wrong with it. God still loves me. All right, you see, your mind is not the same, and they're not gonna lament for you, all right, when you fall short. But if you come and receive counsel from a brother, he will say, brother, and you got to pray to the Most High, ask him for forgiveness. Jake is not gonna tell you to pray to the Most High. All right, Jake doesn't even care about the Most High. You ask Jake, do you believe in God? They say yeah, but then you say, well, here's the words of God. Then they kind of, I ain't hear that. Now Jake need a hearing aid. All right, you could talk about hitting up the strip club. Hey, Jake, he heard you loud and clear. But you start mentioning the Bible, then I don't got my hearing aid. I can't hear you right now. Oh, I'm on the phone. All right? So you can't be around these damn Jakes, man. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 6, and I'm going to start at verse 13. All right, 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 13. And it reads, it says, now I'm going to start at 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Jake is an unbeliever. It says, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? That's like Yahweh Shai and Satan kicking it on a couch somewhere. All right, and they talking about the good times they had and how they used to do this and that together. All right, that doesn't even make sense. All right, righteousness and unrighteousness, they're two. They collide one against another. All right, wickedness, all right, and righteousness, they're not the same. All right, you see how Israel is righteous and Esau is wicked, and you see how we bump heads. That's why you can't hang out with Edomites. All right, we never get down with Edomites. Something bad always happens. Just like when you with Jake, something bad is always happening when you're around Jake, man. All right, let me read that again. It says, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath Mashiach with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Because when you link up with an infidel, or you meet up with an infidel, he's going to want to talk about worldly things. Meanwhile, you want to talk about the scriptures. You're meditating on the law of the Lord. Meanwhile, he's meditating on the damn shade room post he just read. All right? Or she read. Girl, do you know that Beyonce did this last night? Girl, she trifling. Meanwhile, you thinking about how you trying to get the kingdom. All right? And you see all hell breaking loose. You're thinking about all hell about to break loose. All right, and she talking about some damn Beyonce. Or the brother, he talking about the Chicago rapper that just got shot up. Oh, did you see how he just got shot up? I told you he should never been beefing with him. All right, they talking about nothing. All right, those words can literally go with the wind, and no one gives a damn, man. They don't have no weight. Meanwhile, you're meditating on the law and the words of God, which have all the weight and all the meaning in the world. All right? It says, verse 16. Slakia, verse 16. And what agreement had the temple of God with idols? That's like trying to have you got damn Balaam, you got a stone of Balaam, all right? You got a stone of Zeus, all right? You got a stone of what other god? You got Cleopatra. You have all these. I just got Islam, the Islamic god. All right, you got these Buddhist gods, all in one room, and then you got the Bible in the corner somewhere. All right, then you got so-called a sculpture of what's supposed to be Yahweh Shai. Then you got banners like this in the Hebrew tongue saying Kwam Yasha Allah. And you got all this man. You got the Kwam Yasha Allah banner, but then on the other side of the room you got damn Zeus. All right, that doesn't make any damn sense. They're two different things. They can't be in the same room. Just like us and Jake, we shouldn't be together. We shouldn't be mingling one against another. Because sometimes you end up hanging around Jake and then you start being bewitched, all right, by the way that they're living. Remember David, I'm going to grab this in the book of Psalm 73 verse 1. All right, this is the book of Psalms 73 and verse 1. All right, Salakia. Psalm 73 and 1. Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped, meaning he almost fell. Why? For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So sometimes you may hang out with Jake and you see how they laughing, they having a good time, or why they doing their drugs and whatever the hell, whatever madness they're getting down with. Or you may look at them and you're like, damn, I remember I used to do that. Then you might get envious at the wicked. All right, you envious at the foolish. You're like, damn, I want to do what they're doing. All right, they're doing that on Friday and Saturday, but I got to read the scriptures on Saturday. I can't buy or sell. Meanwhile, they in damn San Francisco living it up. I'm here reading my Bible. That thought might come in your mind, and that's off. Even David, he said that thought came in his mind. And he said he almost slipped. All right? Let me read that again. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So you can't be around them because you might end up falling off and falling short. Now, you went from wearing fringes or the zeets. All right, you got fringes on. You used to wear a head wrap. All right, but now you don't got that on no more. You looking at a head wrap as if it's a strange thing you'll never put on your head. But you used to always wear a head wrap. And then the fringes, like I don't really like those drapes on my shirt. All right, those are ugly. But yeah, you used to always wear the fringes. You had the purple fringes. You had the green fringes to match your head wraps and your shirts and your shoes. Now you don't want to wear that no more. You used to have your pants up. You always used to have your pants up. Now you sagging your pants. And you showing your damn boxers. And then Eve, they used to wear modest apparel, man. Now you seeing your old girlfriends, they wearing skin tight dresses, all right? And they showing off their body. You're like, damn, I want to do that. I used to get 150 likes on Instagram. Now I post modest pictures. I'm only getting 20. So you might get envious at the wicked. Then you say, you know what? To hell with this dress. To hell with the head wrap. I'm done with this. And you go hanging out with your homegirls again. All right? And the next time people see you, all right, they bump heads with you or they bump into you again. Now you just a random Eve. You just like every other Eve out here. Want to show their breasts, show their backside. I got the big old lashes on their eyes, the big old hoop earrings. They want to be seen of men. All right? See that? So you can't be around these jakes, man. It's not good for you. All right? Let me grab this precept in the book of Matthew. All right, this is Matthew 9 and verse 16. All right, so this is Matthew 9 and verse 16. It says, "No man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment. For that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse." So say you had a hole, or I had a hole in my shirt right here. All right, now this is a newer shirt. Now I go and take an older shirt. It's all cracked up. All right, it's damn. You know how if you wash your clothes a lot of times, all right, and dry it a lot, it'll start to turn colors. The shirt will go from like black to brown. All right, you got one of those shirts in the closet. Then you cut a piece of that shirt off to fit the hole that you got on your new shirt, and you put it together and you sew it together. Your new shirt is ruined because you got this old patch of this old garment on your damn shirt, man. Now it just looks like out of place. Or you might as well have just left the rent there and put the damn shirt away. All right, and get a new one. All right. Verse 17. "Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved." So now you have to put the new wine in the new bottles. All right. Hey, you gotta, like I said earlier, the Lord said you gotta become new, meaning you converted to the truth. Now you following the commandments of God. Once you have done that, you don't mix the things of the world into this truth, because then you'll start bugging yourself out. All right. You used to believe only Israel can make it, but now you think the heathens can make it. Why? Because you mix the world in with the truth. You mix the new wine with the old, then the bottle is started to bust and crack. But to avoid that, and you put new wine in new bottles and old wine in old bottles. Meaning you leave off that old man. That old person you used to be, the old people you used to hang out with, you don't deal with them anymore because you're not the same. You're new wine, they're old wine. The old wine, nobody really want to drink the old wine. All right, but you want to drink the new wine. All right, this is the book of Sirach 13 and verse 17. All right, this is the book of Sirach 13 and verse 17. It says, "What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the ungodly." All right, so a wolf and a lamb, you will never see a wolf and a lamb chilling and kicking it together. All right, they talking about their day and they feeding amongst the flock together. That's not what's going on. All right, just like the sinner with the godly. All right, the sinner can't conversate with the godly because the other brother, he's godly, or the other sister, they godly. Meanwhile, this person, he's a sinner. All he meditates on is how to do evil. You meditating on how to do right. Y'all can't go together. All right, you're not the same. So you see, the Lord, he's showing you these so-called old friends, they're not really your friends anymore. All right? They were never your friends from the beginning. All right, this is the book of Sirach 37 and verse 1. "Every friend saith, I am his friend also. But there is a friend which is only a friend in name." So there's a friend that was only a friend in name. All right, you may have had a certain amount of money. All right, so now they were sticking to you. They was close to you. Or you may have had a certain status, or you had a higher status, so they was kind of sticking to you. Or you even got some wicked Jake. They kind of looked at you as you're just a lower vessel, but then they prided on that. They became your friend so that when people see y'all together, they looking at him as he's kind of nothing, and you're kind of boosted up because the partner you have next to you, he doesn't have a stature like you. He may not dress as good as you. Or likewise with the sister, her hair may not be as long as yours. Her nails might not be as pretty as you're able to get your nails. All right, you wearing a lot of jewelry and she can't afford jewelry. There's some people that they do that. All right, so there's a friend that's only a friend in name. Your old friends, they were only your friends when you was in the world. All right, because you were doing the same things that they were doing. But now that you're not doing that, they're not really your friends. They were only a friend in name. Verse 2, Is it not a grief unto death when a companion and a friend is turned to an enemy? And y'all do become enemies because you'll try to tell them the truth, but they don't want to hear that. For example, I used to know a brother. All right, we used to do certain things together. All right, and we used to swear we was tough guys and things like that. Now, this brother, when I came in the truth and I started talking about the so-called white man, he kind of inboxed me and said, "So you don't think the white man can make it?" And I was confounded because the things that me and the brother used to do when we used to get into, I would have never thought that he was worried about saving the so-called white man. You see a lot of these jakes that's out here thugging it on the street, they want their enemy to save them. Or not only that, they want their enemies to be saved. Or you see these little jakes out here damn toting guns and talking about doing this and that. Inwardly, they love massa. That's why they out there on them streets, man, running a fool just like massa want them to do. All right? So you see, now, going back to my point, he was texting me about the white man, and we kind of had animosity towards each other. Why? Because I believed in the truth, and I knew that the so-called white man wasn't going to make it, but he didn't believe that. See that? So your old friend and companion, now y'all became enemies. Why? Because you start telling them the truth. This is the book of Galatians, 4 and verse 16. All right, this is Galatians 4 and verse 16. It says, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" Yes, you become Jake's enemy because you're telling the truth. All right? The Lord said in John 8:32, "The truth shall set you free." Why wouldn't you want to hear the truth? But you see, Jake in the world, they don't care for the truth. The truth doesn't mean a damn thing to them. We asked the brother earlier, we said, "So brother, how you feel about our people being killed out here in Philadelphia?" He kind of shrugged his shoulder. The truth is, we getting killed out here by our enemies and our own people. But you see, when you bring up the facts to Jake, they don't care. All right, and they start to despise you because you're bringing up the truth. You're bringing up the cold-hearted truth that they never wanted to acknowledge. Again, showing you that y'all not the same, man. So there's no point in hanging out with your old friends. All right? You need to start being companions with those that are in the truth. All right? And sticking with your brothers and getting closer to your brothers and sisters that's in this truth. Don't walk after the rudiments of the world, man. Don't walk with the people of the world. All right? So Lord willing, this was edifying to at least one brother or even to one sister. With that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ, and Kwam Yashala.